Sunday, everybody. Happy Sunday. Now we're calling it a day. Alright. Thought of the day. Whew. I don't even know how to put this one into words. I'm just going to say it. I guess when you're dealing with, expired relationships, friendships, or, some people, there's an old, what's it called? Let me say it like this. Okay, there's a movie called The Breakfast Club, okay? And it's called John Bender is talking to Molly Ringwald, and she's digging through his wallet, and she's like looking at his photographs. She's like, well, why do you have all these photographs of all these girls in your wallet? And then he empties out her purse, and she's like, and he empties out her purse. He's like, why do you have so much shit in your purse? And she said, well, I don't like to throw things away. And then so when she asked him, why do you have so many women in your wallet? It's the same thing. So she asked him, why? He's like, why do you have so much shit in your purse? And she's like, well, I don't like to throw things away. It was like, well, neither do I. The concept is kind of the same. People subject themselves to things that are familiar because they don't know any better. Whether that relationship is toxic or not, they are okay with that because they don't know any different, or they have a fear of just letting things go. You know what I'm saying? And I think all of us, including myself, are guilty of this, where we basically don't want to let go of toxic relationships or just relationships that are just met their course. They've expired. There's nothing, there's no glue, there's no mortar holding it together anymore because both of you have either grown apart, or one has offended the other, or one, it just, one side is not, respecting the other side. Usually what it is like you have one side that's putting work in while the other side is not reciprocating. It's an imbalance of maintenance, you know what I'm saying, of work, you know what I'm saying, because everything requires work, and you have one person who's putting work in and the other one isn't. There's going to be an imbalance, and one person's going to feel slighted, and I feel like a lot of people subject themselves to, I hate to say it, like a warm body, because that's better than nothing, instead of learning to kind of take a step back, loving yourself, and recasting your line and pull another fish. This goes along with friends. It's the same thing. It's no different, except there's no romance involved. However, it's the same. You know what I'm saying? And people kind of, don't quite get that, and the sad thing is like you'll have relationships 5, 10, 15, 20 plus years that have just expired. They have, they've met their expiration date has come, and you guys have nothing in common anymore, or you're philosophically just not on the same page, or or it's just that you have one side that gives off mixed messages, and what they're preaching is not what they're practicing. And then, me as a realist, what I'm saying, I look at things for what they really are, and I call it out, and it is what it is, So, I think that, it's good to kind of be able to identify, are you in that situation? Are you kind of like basically nursing a sinking ship? You I'm saying? You got to ask yourself, is this a asynchronous, is this relationship, give or give and take? What I'm saying? Is it one-sided? You got to ask yourself that. Or is this relationship expired? Like, we don't have anything in common anymore. My friends don't hang out with your friends. Are you included in things that they do? Or are you not included? You got to ask yourself these questions. I mean, it's a really good, it's very telling. So if you're not included in all the little family games or whatever, if you're not included in all the little functions, then you've been singled out, and you got to ask yourself, does this person really fuck with you? Or you just, are you just plan B? And nobody wants to feel that way. You know what I'm saying? But if you are plan B, you need to know this. You know what I'm saying? You need to know this, and you need to kind of like address it, where it's like, okay, well, if that's how you feel, then fuck you and fuck off, and that's cool. You know what I'm saying? You gotta love yourself to the point where it's like, I didn't need you anyway because, it was a one-sided relationship, so I'm not losing nothing. Now, the only thing that you're gonna lose is the fact that, you might be a little butthurt over the time that you wasted with this person, you know what I'm saying? Or whatever you thought that was real, you know what I'm saying? Which you kind of later find out was not real, But that's kind of the biggest, problem is you have resentment. The resentment is kind of what keeps you together, which is stupid, you know what I'm saying? If it's not working, just destroy all communication and walk away. If you want to address it, you can, but it makes you look kind of bad on your part because people say, oh yeah, you can always come to me and talk about whatever. But then when you do try to talk to them, it's like you're preaching to deaf ears, or they're nowhere to be found to even convey your argument. And it's just not worth. It's not worth the aggravation. You know what I'm saying? They have your number. If they realize you don't call anymore, they can call. You know what I'm saying? That's the way you need to treat it. The worst thing you could do, is to basically call somebody up and say, I am mad at you for this reason. I am calling you to let you know that I am mad at you for this reason, even though you're not speaking to them. Well, clearly, it doesn't matter to them because they haven't fucking called you. You know what I'm saying? So it is not your place to point it out to the fucking world that you're mad at them for this reason. That makes you look stupid. You know what I'm saying? So, let ships fall where they may. Let sleeping dogs lie and move on. You know what I'm saying? Just take a breath of fresh air. Ask yourself, am I in a toxic relationship? Am I in a one-sided relationship? Do I love myself to the point where I don't want this no longer a category of my life, where I'm subjecting myself around people that don't fucking care? You know what I'm saying? You got to ask yourself that question. If you're in one-sided situations where you are not included in things, or if you feel that that you're putting all the energy in and it's not reciprocated, then you need to either address it or just deuces. Food for thought. Y'all be cool.